So, David, we've currently got the Airbase system in front of us. Could you maybe talk me through exactly what we're seeing on the screen, some of the capabilities of the software and that sort of thing?
Yeah, of course I can, William. So Airbase is our data collection software for the grip tester. As its name implies, it's orientated towards an airport. So it's really very simple to use. You can see in front of you, there's 6 menu functions. What I'll do is I'll just select the grip tester survey one, which will take us to the page where people would set up for their survey in an airport. So I'll have all the parameters that they would normally want to use on an airport preset, like the runway name, the length, where they're going to do the testing, etc. So you'll see at the very top of the screen, it tells us we're in Grip Tester International Airport, which is fictitious, strangely enough. But having set all that up, I can go straight into my start menu, and we'll see what happens when the customer starts to run the software. And I'll just say yes. And it just warns me that I'm running at the moment in a simulation mode. So I don't actually have a grip tester connected. I'm sat in the office running this remotely, which allows customers to do this for training as well.
So, talk to me about some of what we're seeing at the moment. So, customers can input all these different details and run simulations. What other
Yeah,
purpose does it serve?
yeah. So basically, it's all the parameters they're going to use for their survey. So it's about the airport name, the runway designations, the runway length, where they'll do the testing on the left or the right side, and the spacings from the center line. They'll also get a chance to enter weather data, etc. That just gets recorded as part of the survey, which is useful to look back on and compare data with, etc. So the survey screen itself, you can see now what we've got in the middle is a large speedometer that's showing the vehicle speed. And I'm just going to click on start at the moment. And what you'll see is the graph starts to appear up the left-hand side as we drive down the runway. And you can see in the middle of the screen, we've got an image of the runway, and this one is runway 1, 2, and 30 at the other end. So we're going from the 1, 2 end to the 30, and we're traveling now at 65 kilometers an hour. And what you'll see in the speedometer is it will change between green and red as our speed varies. So if we go out with 5%, it will change to red. And we'll also put an indicator in the left-hand side of the ribbon chart that you see appearing. So where the areas are grey in that box, that's where the speed has gone out with 5%. If I just click again and just take this to the next stage, it will start again. That was us completing the survey. So we'll move back down to the opposite end of the runway, and we'll come from the opposite direction. So you'll see up at the top right, it's telling us we're on run 8 and we're 10 meters from the center line. As it goes, it's completing each third of the runway, and you'll see that in the center on the runway image that's there as a sort of plan view. So from an operator's point of view, he can concentrate on this driving, his speed and his driving line. Everything else is kind of taking control automatically, and it'll basically count down the remaining distance for him and stop automatically when he comes to the end.
And now we're seeing on the left-hand side, there's a bit of yellow and a bit of green. So what does that exactly mean for the
Yeah,
operator when they're doing that simulation?
so basically when they're doing this, the results are color coded, and red is what we call minimum friction level. So that's really the point where no airport really wants to get to. They want to be in yellows and greens so that they are planning their maintenance appropriately, and not getting to the situation where they get reds. So at the end of the survey, what they can do straight away is click on their survey results, and straight away it will show them the last test that they just did. What I can also show you is from another report. So you can see again the color-coded options there. So this is actually a data from a live runway where they did testing at 3 meters and 6 meters from the center lines. And what you're seeing is the touchdown zones are showing red in the 3 meter area where they have rubber buildup. And it's the same at the opposite end. So this is to allow them to then focus their maintenance activities to the right place on the runway. So they're not having to maintain the entire length of 3,000 meters here. They're focusing their attentions to the areas that need it.